Welcome to Wednesday, the 14th day of September 2022, your day weather podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Cowboy State Daily has more original Wyoming news content than any other news organization in the state. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com or see them on their Facebook page. As we take a look at what's coming, it's a little cooler with off and on showers and thunderstorms over the next 3 to 4 days across the central and northern Rockies, the Great Basin states, and getting into some of the western high plains. This is a rather unremarkable disorganized storm system that'll be drifting on through. It's not well put together, but it's got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's got a little bit of the remains of Hurricane K coming. It's got some Pacific moisture and Pacific air. It doesn't have any Canadian connection, so we're not talking about a big drop in temperature, but we're going to see some areas just 60s and 70s by tomorrow and Friday. So not a big departure from where we are now, just a little cooler. Shower and thunderstorm chances are pretty good through Saturday. The mountainous terrain and the areas west of the divide are going to do the best. Last week, it was east of the divide that got the rain. This week, it's west of the divide in the mountain areas. Although east of the divide, some front range areas will see showers and thunderstorms as well. But as I'll show you here in the precipitation forecast, it's definitely going to favor the mountains and western slope. Clearing and warmer weather is coming as we get to the end of the week. As we get into Sunday, Monday, into early Tuesday, a warmer, drier trend before the next system comes our way. And it still looks like colder and unsettled weather by the middle of next week, probably late Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday time frame. We mentioned yesterday there's a lot of disagreement in the long-range modeling. There still is. So the long-range charts still give us some hesitation on whether or not it's going to be a major frontal system next week or not, but we're going to keep an eye on it for you. But there is a change coming. It's just going to be a matter of if it'll be a significant change or not after we have that warmer, drier trend Sunday through Monday. Satellite photos show that axis of moisture we showed you yesterday stretching across North America down into Mexico and coming on through. You see this little swirl of clouds? This is a low up over Washington State, and this cooler air and moisture is also going to be circulating on through here very slowly over the next 2 or 3 days. So you're going to have a moist, unstable air mass in this very broad trough of low pressure that's coming into the western United States with the high pressure moving off to the east. This is going to mean 3 to 4 days in a row of general shower and thunderstorm activity. The darker green shows where the stronger thunderstorms will be. Garden variety thunderstorms and showers in the lighter green shading. So this is today, this is Thursday, and this is Friday. Friday, you see there's a little bit of a chance risk, maybe some stronger thunderstorms in the Panhandle, parts of eastern Wyoming and western South Dakota as we get into the Friday. And the Saturday time frame, we're probably going to see shower and thunderstorm activity kind of in this area here before high pressure and drier air comes on in. This is the precipitation forecast through Saturday afternoon. So between today and Saturday, you can see a lot of blue and dark green and yellow. Look at the red areas here. Boy, the Wasatch Front, northern Utah, from the Uinta Mountains back into Evanston, up into the Bear Lake area, you're looking at some wet weather as shower and thunderstorm activity will be frequent there. Back into Idaho and eastern Oregon as well. Hopefully that's going to help out with some of the smoke from the fires up there. I think there's help on the way, not only from chances of rain, but just from the fact it'll be cooler with higher humidity air will help with the firefighting efforts there. You can see that along and west of the divide here is the best chance of rain, but there'll be areas east of the divide that get some showers and thunderstorms as well. So looking wet for some of you between now and Saturday afternoon and evening. This is by Sunday morning. By Sunday morning, we've got the next low coming in with this high pressure building, and this is where the computer modeling is running into problems. You see how this low is getting separated from the main area of low pressure up here. What may happen is this storm might break off and move through central and northern California, which would be good for those areas to get rain. And then this piece will move through later on towards the middle of next week, while this front goes across the U.S.-Canadian border. But we're a little bit questioning on exactly the solution here, because a lot of times these systems show like they'll split, but they won't. Sometimes they do, though. That's why we have a little bit of unsettled weather coming towards the middle of next week, but we're not quite sure of its intensity. This is the GFS, or the American model, by next Wednesday afternoon and evening. Notice we have a pretty good frontal system stacked up to come through there. The wind flow right there is out of the due north. So there'll be a good shot of colder weather with it. So we'll keep an eye on this. As we mentioned yesterday, hunters and travelers towards the middle of next week, you'll want to pay attention to the weather. What's La Nina doing? Has it gone away? Nope. Still there. Still holding on with the colder than average sea surface temperatures continuing along the equator in the subtropic Pacific. Notice this green and blue patch right off the Baja of Mexico there. What caused that? Well, that was Hurricane K. One thing that hurricanes do is they actually cool the sea surface temperatures. That's what hurricanes do. They distribute a lot of energy to try to rebalance the atmosphere. Also, this is where Danielle went through. So you see how this works. Hurricanes, they need warm water to get going, but then they cool off the oceans in their wake after they pass on by. Also of note is the warm sea surface temperature anomaly in the North Pacific, notably in the Gulf of Alaska here, which is going to eventually mean sometime down the road a pattern that will set forth a bigger outbreak of colder air sometime this fall season. Still keeping an eye out for that. We may get a little bit of taste of that towards the middle of next week. Have yourself a great Wednesday. See you tomorrow.